It's not the things inside my head that keep me going. Don't need someone to throw me money, they should show it. Keep chasing shadows, they're always haunting me. But I believe in something bigger, bigger than me. Bigger than me. Oh, bigger than me.
Oh my god. What's up, Active Fam? Alright, so I just got home from work. I had an early morning session, so now I'm just trying to smash back my banana berry bang before I go train with my coach Nath. I just whipped this up. I just took the oxy shred first thing in the morning, boom, woke up at like 5 AM, went and did that session on an empty stomach, then came home. Now I'm going to smash this back, and then we're going to hit that pre-workout. So I've got a lot planned for the day. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to bring the camera with me today anyway, bring you guys along, show you what we're doing with our training today. We're going to do a back session. Haven't trained back since we made the last video. I just totally skipped it last week. I don't know why. No excuses, just fucking too busy with life, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna pack it up so that I can get ready. Let me show you guys what organisation is. I did this last night, so I don't have to fuck around this morning. Post-workout shake, organised. Pre-workout with agmatine, organised. 2 scoops of glycoject, have that in the car on the way to the gym, organised. BCAAs with ice, I just put the ice in there now, organised, organised, organised. This took me 10-15 minutes last night. Me doing that last night saves me 10-15 minutes in the morning. Boom. Preparation, on the go. Make sure you don't forget anything. Don't rush it when you're in the morning, it's 5 o'clock and you're like, oh shit, I gotta go, you know? Just get the shit done, organised the night before, and then you're sorted. Alright, just about to leave the house, so... Alright, I'm gonna smash back this 2 scoops of glycoject in the car. Because like I said, it's like a half an hour drive and I don't want to get there, smash it back, and then for it to just be sitting in my stomach, and then for me to start training and then the blood move away from my stomach and then into my muscles that I'm using, and then obviously you know what's going to happen. So basically, as soon as I get in the car, I'm just going to start sipping on it. Glycoject hits the bloodstream pretty much as soon as it hits your intestine, so it's very fast absorbing. So that's why it's really good to have it as a pre-workout, or you can just sip on it during your workout. I wouldn't neck big mouthfuls during your workout, you might feel sick. But yeah, I got this ready to go in the Muscle Factory shaker. That big matey left at the gym. Yeah, that's what's up. You snooze, you lose. Alright, so as I said earlier, I haven't trained back in 2 weeks, so since we last trained. And I just did a couple of warm-up sets, and I feel like today my muscles are going to be aching because they're not quite primed and ready for what's about to happen. I'm just getting like really deep burns, and I'm only warming up, so that's when you know like they're fresh. You know, when you stimulate them, they're going to hurt the next day. Just popping. Delt's popping today. That needs to do work.
Don't worry, back's gonna grow. You gotta put some bands on.
I love the bands now, bro.
Bands are the best.
I'm like Eddy_bands.
Wanna chuck these bands on?
Well, look at this man's back. Alright, tell us what we're doing here, Nate.
We're gonna use the isolateral lat pull-down machine. Hammer strength, this one right here.
Yes.
We're not gonna squeeze at the bottom like we usually do when using the eccentrics. We're just gonna use constant momentum today. Bands will keep that tension on your back, so you don't have to worry about squeezing. Move your body with the movement of the exercise, so there we go, perfect. As you stretch up, you lean forward. As you contract, you lean backwards. I want you to try something new, alright? Go to the top, hang here for a second, hang twice. Go 1, 2, and then pull. There we go, watch this, ready? Go to the top, hang 1, hang 2, now pull. Now pull. And really initiate, and then go.
Alright, here we go. Look at that arm.
You're recording one?
Yeah, I'm recording, bro.
Right,
I'm just kind of taken back by all of this. Anyway, keep going.
Alright, so under grip, hands just on the edge here, fork goes on the other part of the handle, chest up, glutes up. Now what I mean when I tell you to hang, is what I want you to do is go to the top, kind of really open that, stretch up your lats, and kind of hang like this. What that's doing is that's really pulling through my lower lat, and so it's initiating the contraction before I move the weight. What I'm going to do here is I contract down, back up again. Hang, let my lat stretch from the bottom, track down, up again.
So you're just getting those little pulls.
A little stretch at the top.
Yeah, initiating the stretch, getting a mind to muscle connection of where you want to pull from before you actually drive the motion.
And what's happening right now is I'm letting both lats stretch at the same time. So it's really helping me so that both lats contract evenly. and I'm building a nice balanced, proportioned, symmetrical back. So go up, I stretch together, I hang on it so both lats are fully stretched. I feel the stretch on both sides evenly. I initiate with my mind, I contract, I drive it down with my lower lat, I hold the squeeze slightly and use my back to lever it up again.
So would you do this without a band, or?
No, the band's what the best with this, because
it wouldn't really work without the band, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
So basically the band holds on to the contraction even when you're bouncing, so that it's evenly pulling on the lats. Because
so my back's contracting, both of my lats contract at the same time. I squeeze at the same time, I lever at the same time. And the contraction starts from a full stretch. A lot of the time when people do this movement, they'll kind of go from here to here, and there'll be no back contraction at all. It's kind of just momentum or leverage. And then they'll start contracting from there. What I do with the stretch is going all the way up, we're fully stretching, and then we start contracting from there. All right, chest up, glutes up, get that pad on those quads nice and tight. Now, when you're stretching at the top, make sure your arm is slightly bent so that it stretches on your lat, not on your shoulder or your arm. All the way to the top, get that deep stretch, initiate, then pull. Squeeze those lats, there we go. Deep stretch, then pull. That way the contraction of the lat with this little bouncing stretch here will start from there. Bang. Whereas if you don't do that, the contraction might start 10 centimeters down, which doesn't seem like much, but over a year of training, you're back once a week, twice a week. If it's a weak body part, it makes a massive difference. So stretch deep, contract from the top, squeeze, now lever, ready? Open those lats right up and contract from there, bang. Good, make sure that contraction starts from the very top of the movement, and bang, ready, watch this. We're stretching all the way up, the back starts contracting right now. Same time, notice Eddie's chest goes up as he's contracting down, his chest is going up. That's stopping him from using forearms and stopping him from hunching his back.
Alright, so what Nath was just saying to me before he just shot off halfway through my set was that basically as you get to those last 3-4 reps of your set, when your muscles fatiguing and you can't get that full range of motion anymore, that's the reps that you don't want to just start losing form and start recruiting other muscle groups in order to just move it from A to B. So obviously as you run out of energy, your muscles aren't going to be able to contract as far, which means point B is going to get shorter and shorter, which is fine as long as you're contracting the muscle to their maximum ability. And it's alright to break up the set too, so if you get like to 10 and then you start fatiguing, have a little breather, make sure that you keep the angles and the form right, and then just pull it down as far as it goes. And then those reps are the ones that are going to make your body respond to the training.
And up, but give the glutes contracted upwards, so the lower portion of your lats already pre-contracted. And instead of going down like this, you go forwards, stretch to the insertion of my lat, and contract on the diagonal line backwards, and squeeze the origin of my lat.
So reaching right under the rack.
Forwards.
That's far.
Backwards. Not up and down, because that's not how the lat goes. The lat will go forwards to stretch all the way into the insertion, and then contract on the diagonal line backwards towards your hip here, and squeeze the origin. Making sure your chest is up and your glutes are up. Alright, we're going to start with lighter weight, 60 pounds, get the form right. Eddie, put your hand on the bottom one. Good. Alright, watch it here. His glutes are retracted up, which means the origin of his lower lat will be pre-contracted, or easier to contract. He's stretching a diagonal line forwards, stretching through the insertion of his lat all the way up through here, and he's contracting on diagonal line backwards and squeezing the origin of the lat, which is the bottom part of the lat right through here. Perfect. Bang. Making sure you stretch all the way, you initiate in mind, you start contracting from straight away. So as soon as you start, we stretch to here, you start contracting from there. Alright, stretch all the way down, start contracting straight away, bang. Initiate in mind, contract straight away, good. Perfect, bang. There we go, perfect. Check out that delt. It actually looks like Phil Heath, but a bigger version. Stretch forward and backwards. It's just hectically good lighting in this gym. Alright, good. So all the way down, now initiate the contraction of that lat and then pull. So this is a tip for you guys. Make sure that from this position right there, you pause for a split second, you initiate the contraction of your lat, and then you contract. That way the lat contracts from a full stretch. You don't get any leverage or any momentum for the first 10 centimeters, which makes a massive difference every year of training. Now you guys watch Kai Green. This is how he does his one arm lat rows. So check out Kai Green, he'll do the same thing.
So you pause on the stretch and then pull?
Yeah, so you pause at the full stretch. So and pause and think with your mind, initiate the contraction of your lat, and then contract. That way your lat gets a full contraction from the origin, from the insertion all the way to the origin.
So you kind of break the momentum and then pull the elbows straight back.
Yeah, with every back exercise. It's happening, right? And you're kind of like that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Do this.
Yeah.
Hold the dumbbell this way. Alright, pull from your...
That's how I would normally do it, eh? I don't know why I was doing it like that.
Alright, so glutes up, chest up, get in position, stretch. What's happening is this dumbbell is pulling my lat forward. In my mind, I'm kind of pulling the origin of my lat backwards to create a stretch on both sides.
Oh yeah.
It's called a P&F stretch.
So pull the hips backwards, let the shoulder go forward.
Alright, create a deeper stretch to the lat.
Yeah.
That way you should never lose tension, because even at that full stretch, the lat is under full pressure.
Yeah.
Feel that stretch?
Yeah.
Initiate, contract, back down again. Feel that stretch? Initiate, contract, back down again.
So notice when Nate does this, if you watch his hip, it kind of swings out to the other side just a tiny bit in order to pull this part of the lat that way as he stretches, and then the shoulder goes that way, which then obviously stretches the other side of the lat, and then you're getting like a double stretch. And then when you pull together, you got to pull those two joints together, and then the contraction's just fucking massive, like me.
And then in the end, what's happening is I'm almost throwing my body into it. So when I stretch, I go down, the dumbbell in my hand is stretching the insertion of my lat forwards. I'm pulling the origin of my lat backwards. Create a deeper stretch on both sides, like getting elastic band and pulling it from both sides, not just one side. When I contract, I'm leaning forward like this, my back, top of my back is almost a little bit hunched over, and I'm throwing my body into it.
Push your chest forward and pull the shoulder back, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So you're doing the opposite.
Yeah.
When you're stretching, you're pulling from both sides, and when you're contracting the other way, the other way.
Yeah. So, like, the main tip for, if you're kind of just starting off at the gym, is that these are not isolated movements. So when you're doing a one-arm row, you don't have to just keep your entire body as stiff as possible and think, I'm just gonna like move my arm and pull and then like move from A to B. Okay, you got to think about stretching the muscles, feeling the stretch at the bottom, and then contracting the two joints from where they attach together in order to get the greater contraction. That's like what I tell all my clients that are just starting off, is that these are not isolated movements that you're just going to basically try and move a weight from A to B with as little movement as possible, other than like moving your arm. That's moving the weight.
This is the principle I live by with all my training. The goal when you train isn't to lift a weight as heavy as you can, isn't to hit a PB. If your goals are for aesthetic purposes, this is the principle you guys should live by. It's not lift as heavy as you possibly can to hit a PB. It's not do 1 million reps and see how many reps you can do. The goal in your mind when you train needs to be to fatigue the muscle as fast as you possibly can with the lightest weight. If you can create a stimulus and get development off a light weight, imagine how much more development you can get off a heavier weight. Whereas if your body adapts to heavy training or high volume training, then to get a further result, you need to go in even heavier, which will cause more risk of injury, and so on. So the goal in your mind needs to be is to fatigue the muscle as fast as you can. Don't worry about reps, don't worry about weight. Another important thing with training is to use progressive overload. So look, watch all these videos of me, Eddie, you're doing, keep that form perfect. Just every single set that you do, use progressive overload. So progressive, you go a little bit heavier, not too much, just a little bit heavier every single set, but use that same form. We're fighting for that form. I understand that a heavier weight is going to build a bigger muscle. I get that. But let's build the muscle the right way and put the muscle in the right area. Chest up, glutes up, keep that back flat. It's also important to keep that spine in place. Get your back flat like that. Alright, think about it, initiate, bang, now contract. Right, don't yank it too fast, Eddie, just think about it, ready? Think about it, now grab the lat. That's it, there we go, ready? Stretch, now grab the lat, good. Ready? Grab the lat, now squeezing the origin. Right in there. Grab the lat, squeezing the origin. Stretch all in the insertion, grab it, there we go, perfect. Good, man. Full range of motion, full contraction from full stretch. Perfect.
I those last three, like, I think I'm just used to kind of letting it go forward and then pulling back, so now I'm trying to think about like moving my hip a little bit that way, shoulder that go forward, and then squeezing those two joints together. And it's just giving me a little bit of a different squeeze to how I normally would feel.
This exercise everyone does. Everyone knows what a dumbbell row is. Unfortunately, not many people know how to do it correctly. So
I think the best thing that doing that double stretch kind of thing takes the back of the shoulder out of it. A lot of the time when you do a one-arm row, your rear delt and your trap will do a lot of the moving, especially if it's heavier. So if we, like what we're doing today is bringing the weight down a little bit and just focusing on using the lower lat to contract and squeeze through there, rather than like pulling the elbow right up and then using like a lot of rear delt. So just slightly.
Keep the elbow bent as well. By keeping the elbow bent, we'll keep that stretch on that lat. I look at Eddie's body like a piece of art.
Explain his handle. Explain his handle.
This is the undergrip handle. This handle here, it's the undergrip positioning. Putting the pressure through the bottom part of the handle here and pulling the weight through my pinkies. Because what we're trying to target is upper part of our back, the middle trap area. So if I can put my hands underneath like this and pull, it's going to help me pull upwards, which is going to help me contract the part of the back that we're trying to work. Now, opposingly, if I'm trying to work the lower part of my lat, I'm going to put my hands on the other side of the handle and pull downwards to contract the lower part of my lat. So today, with this exercise I'm going to be doing, we're working the upper part of our back. My forearms are hurting at the moment. So I'm going to put the pressure of the weight through my pinkies, coming upwards. And you can see it's kind of twisted upwards like this as well to hit that top part of our back. Yeah. What we're going to do here, we're going to 4 range of motion stretch like we always do. Elbows are slightly bent, because if I straighten my arm like this, the pressure is going to go onto my bicep and shoulder. So what we do is we keep our elbows slightly bent. Yeah. That way the stretch is fully on our back. Ooh, initiate that mind and contract with the area. Yeah, so we're stretching the lowest part of my back, which is the origin of my lat. But we're going to contract a different part. We're going to focus on the middle trap of our back. What we're going to do here is I'm going to throw my body into the exercise, and as I'm throwing my body into it, I'm bringing my hands towards my chest. So I'm contracting. It's almost like I'm contracting from both sides of my body. Watch this, ready? Hold the contraction, and then use that same muscle of contracting to lever the weight. As these handles are going forwards, I'm just create that stretch in my back is going backwards, all right?
So it's kind of like what we were talking about before, getting that double stretch, is that allowing your hands to go forward is one thing, that's going to stretch one way, but also pushing the origin of your lats, which is like on your hips and your lower back, the other way, you're stretching it both ways. And then when you contract, you bring them together. So yeah, that's basically it. P&F stretch. Perfect. Now let Big Eddy have a go.
Let's go, Big Eddy. See how Eddy's back is rounded? Because the weight is so light, it doesn't matter. With this exercise, it's a hectic isolation movement. So what's happening is Eddy's putting the pressure of that weight exactly into the area that he wants to do. Now, usually we wouldn't round the back like that. But because the weight's light, the risk of injury is minimal, and Eddy's isolating his back and he's squeezing the area he wants to squeeze. What's happening is he's stretching through the insertion and the origin at the same time, and can pull them together and contract them together. Ready, set, throw your body into it, chest goes up, straight up, there we go. Good, ready, open up, chest goes straight up now, throw your body into it. Right through here, good. Now he's contracting there, stretching through these points here. Now as he contracts, what he's doing is he's bringing the scapula and both lats together and squeezing in the middle here, which is putting pressure through these muscles here. So not only is he contracting through here, he's contracting through all here as well. That's where he's stretching from. So the whole entirety of his back is working. He's just doing it in different points with the stretch and different points of the contraction. Good, Eddy. Beautiful.
I think the most important thing is that in order to keep that tension on your lats as you're rounding your back out, you've got to keep your elbows flared. If you do that, your scapula is going to go out to the sides, and the tension's going to be here and down low. If you go like straight forwards like this, your scapula is going to be hugging your rib cage, and the only place that you're going to feel it is on your lower back. So if you keep your elbows flared out, basically,
check out that lower lat.
See how that pushes your lat out to the side? That's where the tension's pulling through.
All right, progressive overload. First we work out the exercise, we work out the movement, and then each set we progressively go heavier, keeping that same contraction. Like Eddy said, keep those elbows bent, and that will stop your forearms from working. Your hands are just like handles. The pressure is in your back, just think about that. Look at that, perfect, ready? Opens right up, gets that stretch to his lower lat there, chest goes straight up, and the contraction goes straight to his back. So what I'm really big on with back is contracting from there, bang. As soon as those handles start moving, that back starts contracting. There's no momentum for the first 10 centimeters and then contraction, it's contraction straight away. It might only 10 centimeters, like I said before, might not sound like much, but if you add that 10 centimeter contraction with every single exercise, with every single set, for every single workout, 52 weeks of the year. Now Eddy's starting to fatigue now, so the movement's getting slower, but you can still see his back's contracting nice and hard. Good. Range of motion is getting shorter. That's because his body's depleting what's called ATP. Good job, Eddy. All right, perfect exercise right now. Perfect form. Watch Eddie, lats opening up, full stretch, full contraction. And watch his back, ready? Notice how his back starts contracting from that full stretch, and we're doing like a super stretch at the bottom. His lats are fully opening up, his scapula is going forward, and he starts retracting and squeezing from that full stretch. All right, this is the second exercise, or the second part of the movement. We'll do here. There we go, all right. Now we're working right now. The first exercise we're working lats. Now we're doing an isolate in the middle of the part of the back right here. So what Eddie's doing is going up, he's shrugging up, and he's squeezing his traps, upper trap and middle trap. Perfect. Bang. So this perfect. So the shrug starts from there. There we go. He's ready. He opens his back up, shrugs from the bottom. Now watch the movement. It's a compound movement, but he's isolating his back in a compound movement. These muscles here are contracting, bang, right from there. One more, Eddie. Retract from there. Ready? Now retract. Good. That looks good. Alright, progressive overload. Every set we do, we've got a little bit heavier. We use the same ball. There we go, do that. There we go, again. Ready? Comes up, he does that, and then he shrugs up. Which actually emphasizes for him more as well when you do that.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not just pulling back, it's not just pulling up, it's like in between, it's like on that 45. So you pull up and back.
Perfect. Alright, check it out. Similar to this machine here, we're using a band, and we're using a slightly different machine, the hammer strength one here. One arm row, still working that all that, squeezing the origin, stretching for the insertion. Glutes are retracted up. His body's kind of leaning away from the machine like that. Check out those glutes. Oh, they're right, huh? Watch him turn, get that full stretch, and then twist back the other way. Watch this, Eddie, turn that way, get that full stretch, twist back the other way. Watch this glute, ready? Glute turns one way, get that stretch to the origin, and back the other way to get the contraction.
Wow. Fuck, so I was just walking back to my car, and like the whole time I was in there, I was like, man, I've lost my shaker. I don't know where it is, must have left it at a machine. I full ran out to the car to look in the car, wasn't in the car. Well, I was just sitting, chilling in the garden, having a little bit of a snooze. Well, at least I get to drink my BCAAs on the way home now. Alright, what's up guys? So it's like 3 o'clock now. I just spent like the last hour or so packing up a heap of the merchandise and bringing it over from my storage to the gym. So we basically just got all the different styles of t-shirts, jerseys, long sleeve tops and hoodies. And we just grabbed like 10 of each size and brought them over in the D1 store van. This is the van that we use for the drone deliveries. Anyway, so we're going to stock all this stuff in the gym, mainly for the open day. Don't really know how we're going to fit it because, as you can see, we're kind of limited for space. So we've got a couple of cupboards to store the t-shirts. I've got about 4 or 5 different t-shirt designs, so I don't know like how many of each size will be able to fit. And then we got hooks that we can put here to hang jerseys, and then we got this cabinet to utilize as well. So yeah, time to train. Ahmed! Ahmed! Where you at? You ready? How ready? Say Team ABW! Active fam! Oh my god. It's like glute o'clock. To show you the results from yesterday's glute session. Kabam! Alright, so like I'm getting delirious because I've only had 2 meals today. It's now 5 o'clock, but like I've just been non-stop today. So I took the van back, forgot the car key, so I had to come back, get the car key, take the van back, then I get back to the gym and I'm like, fuck, I forgot the remote to the gate here. So then I had to go back a 3rd time, get that. I was like, dude, my brain is not working. I jumped on the computer, tried to read some emails, and it just went in and out, in and out. I'm like, oh, gotta go home and eat. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's fucking cold. I miss my dog. Where is she? She's probably bored at home, all by herself, hungry as hell. Millie! I miss you! What up? What up? Yeah, daddy legs home for like an hour. Yeah, I drag your butt on the floor. What are you doing? Fuck, I love it. How can you not be happy when you come home to such a beautiful soul? Look at you, you're so cute. Alright, what's up, Active fam? So I'm going to wrap up today's video there. I just want to start off by saying I'm really sorry that I haven't been uploading as frequently. I know it's been like an entire week since my last video, and it's really been killing me inside not being able to fit in the time to edit these videos up for you guys. But I've seriously just been so flat out at work lately. Like, things are starting to calm down a little bit now since the open day, so I'm going to try and get at least 3 videos out every week. And I'm actually going to start using the help of my videographer just to kind of get through the edits a little bit quicker. So I'm starting to get to that stage in my life now where, like, I want to film every day and I want to be able to edit every day, but I just don't have time to PT, do online coaching, and then edit videos. But in saying that, it's time for a post notification shout out. And today's shout out, his name is Robert Paulson. No.
In death, a member of Project Mayhem has a name. His name is Robert Paulson.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Nah, his name is Stephen Nichols. So he said, post notifications on. Looking forward to seeing your new gym at the open day, bro. I'm flying all the way over from New Zealand to check it out. I'll see you on the 10th. So actually, it's obviously past the 10th now, and I had my open day, and I met Stephen, and I'm actually training him tomorrow. So that's why the post notification goes out to him. It was nice to meet you, bro. I can't wait to train you. Alright, so if you want a post notification shout out, then just go to my channel and click the bell next to the subscribe button, and then just turn post notifications on and leave me a comment. Usually the funny ones get the shout out. Alright, so that's a wrap. So make sure you join the Active fam, and we'll see you in the next vlog. Love you guys. Peace out.
Where are you now? I don't see you.